and welcome to Heidi's Homemade Quilts and More. I'm Heidi, and today we're going to do a little bit of diamond painting. I do not have my puppy right now. He is at the groomers, so I figured I would do a little bit of recording while he was not here to bump into things and be a general distraction. So, today I am working on a diamond painting for my mom. I'm going to give it to her for her birthday, which is in August. So I need to make sure that I get it done before August. So this is what we're doing today. And I am doing the far little corner right here. I just started it. I just finished Melinda and Moohoo, and I didn't want to start another larger project until I got either her done or my 4-pack of owls done, because yeah, it's I try not to have too many projects at once going on. So I'll do 2 projects at a time, not including my little project that I take with me when I go to work, because I travel for work and I basically live out of hotels. So I try to have a project that I can work on at the hotel if my puppy lets me. So, because he travels with me as well. So today I figured I would do a little bit of diamond painting and talk to you guys. It's been a while since I did a chat, and this is only going to be my second one, so we will see. I don't really know what I'm going to talk about. Nothing really is going on. I am currently on vacation, or staycation, I guess is what you would call it. But yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I actually took vacation because the puppy is getting fixed in a couple days. Today is Sunday, March 16th. No, 15th. March 15th. And puppy is getting fixed Tuesday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. So, yeah, he doesn't know what's about to hit him. That is why he is at the groomers right now, because I wanted to make sure that he was bathed and trimmed up and all that stuff before Tuesday, so that everything would go smoothly. I know that the vet would trim him if they needed to and all that stuff, but I wanted to make sure that he was pretty much good to go before I took him. Plus, he usually goes to the groomer about every 3 weeks. And now that he's not a little bitty puppy anymore, it does cost me a little bit more. He has gotten more haircuts in the last few months than I have gotten over the last few years. Yeah, so at like $60 a pop, it's adding up pretty darn quickly. Because I just take him to PetSmart. Mainly because I want to go somewhere that would be the same whether it was here or if I move somewhere else, which I currently am in Northern Illinois, and I may be changing positions at some point in the near future. I don't know. I don't have a time frame. It just depends on what they decide to offer me. So I basically am like a traveling trainer for a retail company, but I am also in like the store manager program. So when like a store is available that needs a store manager, they may ask me to take it. So if that happens, then I would actually stop traveling and be in one location for, the foreseeable future. And so I wanted to make sure that I took my puppy and he got used to going to like a place that I could go to virtually anywhere that I moved. And PetSmart is virtually anywhere that I would ever be. So that is what I chose to go with. Instead of going to like a privately owned groomer, I didn't want him getting used to just one person, I guess. I can do that with PetSmart, and I have done that for his first few times. Had him scheduled with the same groomer each time, so he got kind of comfortable with them and being handled by them and everything. But the last couple times, I've made sure that I scheduled him with groomers other than the normal one, because I want him to get used to being handled by different people in case we do move out of this area, which is inevitable, honestly. And he won't get too freaked out when I take him to a new groomer and it's not someone that he's used to. So that was kind of my reasoning behind that one. So I guess I could tell you a little bit about this diamond painting. As I showed you, it is John Wayne, which is one of my mom's favorites. She's obviously from that generation that, likes the Western movies and all that stuff. So this is for her birthday. Her birthday is in September. And if you hear noise in the background, it's just the washing machine. August, by like mid-August is when this needs to be done. And I had made one of the first, I think it was probably like the third maybe diamond painting that I did, was a horse one for her, because she likes cowboys and horses and all that stuff. So that was one of the first ones that I did, and she really, really liked it. So I ordered this one. This diamond painting is from Royal Diamond Painting. And it is a double-sided tape. Honestly, for the price that Royal Diamond Painting is, it's a little disappointing that they don't do poured glue, because unless they're on sale, their diamond paintings are super expensive. Now, don't get me wrong, the drills themselves are fantastic quality. They are great. I have not came across any trash drills at all. They do seem, I feel like these are slightly smaller squares than Diamond Art Club. Simply because I just finished Melinda and Muhu, and after staring at those squares for weeks on end, I feel like I became very familiar with their squares. And I feel like these are slightly smaller than the squares that come in Diamond Art Club. But, you know, whatever. When I kit down, because I do save my diamonds because I have had a problem where I ran out of drills. So ever since then, I will save my extra drills. So what I do when I kit down my stuff is I ordered a bunch of the little baggies off of Amazon. It was like, I don't know, it was like 1,000 baggies for like $5. It was really cheap. And they're really nice baggies too. So I put the DAC number. Now, I should clarify, I do not save the diamonds from any kits that do not have DAC numbers. I'm sorry, DMC numbers. Because I don't feel that it's worth it to save those, because you don't know what color those are and what their equivalent really is until you like try to match it up or whatever. But anything that has a DMC number, I will save. And I'm sure that you have probably noticed, if you've done any kind of diamond painting from various companies, that depending on what company, as far as how the colors really are, you could have a like this one is a 315. So this 315 might be a completely different color than, say, a Diamond Art Club 315. So what I do is I put down the company that I got them from in the bottom part of the baggie, and then I put the number on the top part of the baggie. That way I know what number it's supposed to be and from who I got it from. That way, if I'm working on another royal diamond painting, and I run out of 315 squares, then I know that I can go back and I can find the baggie that has royal diamond painting 315 squares. Because I do also separate my rounds from my squares in a completely different box, so they aren't confusing. I actually use like photo boxes for those, and I need to really get some kind of, I don't know, maybe I'll use some cardboard or something and just cut some strips. But I need to create sections so that it's easy to flip through, because right now I just kind of throw them in there, and the only time I really go in there is when I'm de-kitting something, so it's not really a big deal. But if I were trying to find something, it would probably drive me nuts, because I'd have to look at every single bag to figure out what it is. So that might be a project that I work on. And as I am recording this, I am also uploading my latest unboxing videos. So you will be seeing that I just received some new Diamond Art Club kits. So I do have a box that I can cut up and use that way, and I might do that now that I'm thinking about it, so that I can create like a little Fabrifax thing. I've seen other people do something similar, so it's not like I'm creating it or anything, but it seems to work, and why go out and spend a lot of money on some kind of organizing system when I already have the stuff to make it. The only thing that I think I might do is go get a pack of index cards so that I can, oops, that was smooth, so that I can right, the number, because there will most likely be multiple baggies for each number because I do diamond paintings from different companies. So there will most likely be like 2 or 3 baggies per number from different companies. And within those numbers, there will probably be a ton of variance in the color. Because I was de-kitting Melinda and Moohoo yesterday after I finished it. And I noticed that a couple of the colors from Diamond Art Club that I had saved from previous kits did not match. And I was just kind of like, that's interesting. I have never had colors from Diamond Art Club not match each other. It was just different. I'd never seen that happen before. So I ended up making a couple of different baggies for those particular colors. There was I think it was like 3 colors that the color just was not the same. And the baggies themselves, when you look at the drills through the plastic, does tend to distort the color just a little bit. So there were a couple that I was like, ooh, but then when I actually like poured some out onto a tray before I added more to it, and I was like, oh yeah, they're the same color. It's just a baggie. So it was a little bit of color distortion from the baggie itself. But the ones that I'm talking about, they were like seriously a different shade. And not that it mattered for the diamond painting, because of course I didn't know that until I went to de-kit. But it just surprised me, because I would have thought that they were all the same. But oh well. And chances are I will probably never use most of those. So it probably won't matter anyway, but it is what it is. So, so I took vacation because my puppy is getting fixed, and I wanted to be available in case, something happened, because the original plan was that my mom, so when I got my puppy, I had no intention of getting a puppy. I was working at a store in Michigan, and at this particular store, we are not allowed to have animals, pets or anything come in. Most of our stores, we can. However, in the state of Michigan, we can't. So, I was working with a teammate, and we went up to this lady who was walking around with a stroller with a puppy in it. And we went up to her to let her know that, unfortunately, due to the laws in Michigan, we cannot have pets in the store, and that she would have to take the puppy outside. And then we saw the puppy, and he was so freaking adorable. So we were standing there talking to the lady for a while, and she was telling me and my teammate that she had this puppy and one more from the litter that were still available, and that she was really only taking him places with her to try to get him adopted or, purchased or whatever, because it was a breeder. It was actually her first litter, so, and so my mom has been looking for a smaller breed dog, hypoallergenic if possible, which a lot of smaller breeds actually are, because they don't shed the way a lot of the larger breeds shed. So I was talking to the lady, and I was actually very interested because my mom has no problem driving to go anywhere. She drives school bus, so she like drives for her living. And when she's off, a lot of times she'll just like get in her truck and just, start driving. So I was talking to the lady, and she had, the one that was in the little buggy, and then his brother. And she showed me some pictures on her phone of the other puppy. And I don't know if you've seen my videos, but my puppy is black with like blonde accents at his paw and at his paws. So he has like socks, and on his face he has like the true Yorkie markings. He is considered a Morkie, which is a Maltese Yorkie. He is what they consider a designer breed, which translates to really freaking expensive. So the one that my mom has, that this lady was showing me the picture of, was completely blonde. Like he's got a couple lighter, like creamy color spots on his body, but for the most part he's just blonde. He looks like a little fluff ball of golden retriever. So yeah, could not look any different from each other. So I call my mom while we're standing there in the store talking to this lady, and I have to wait for her to call me back until she got on a break from driving the school bus, because obviously she can't answer the phone while she's driving the school bus. So I had to wait for her to call me back. It took her, I think, probably about 30 minutes or so to call me back. And I'm like, so are you still wanting to get a puppy? And she's like, yeah, because she had just been telling me that she had driven to Arkansas to visit with my godmother, and she had been telling me that she had seen an ad in the paper down there for these puppies, and she called the lady, and the lady did not reply to her until after she had already driven home. Mind you, this was like 5 days later. So the lady's like, oh yeah, they're still available. My mom's like, well, I'm not. So she was really, really disappointed that she was not able to get those puppies, because she wanted to get 2. And so I called her and told her, hey, are you still interested in getting a puppy? And then she said, well, yes. And I'm like, well, Merry Christmas, because I'm going to buy you a puppy if you will drive over to Michigan to pick him up. And my mom said, okay, when, So that it was shortly after that phone call that I decided, you know what, I really like this puppy that's like right here, who was like $300 more than the other puppy because he had the markings. And if I wanted to make him a show dog, I could. There's no way I would make him a show dog. One, I don't have time for that, and that would be extremely expensive because he'd have to go through all kinds of training and all. And no. So, but he has the markings, so he was more expensive. But, a fool and their money, I guess. So, last October, I got a puppy. And at that point, I was not planning on traveling for very much longer. I had interviewed for a different position that I did not get, but I was kind of told that I would be getting a different positions shortly. And so I went ahead and got this puppy. Most of the hotels that I stay at are usually pet friendly, so all I have to really do is tell my company when they book my hotel that I need a pet friendly hotel. And then they pay for the hotel part, and then I just had to pay for the whatever pet fee the hotel has. And for the most part, pet fees are, reasonable. It's usually so much per day and that, or up to a certain amount. So this last hotel that I just checked out of, I was there for like a month and a half, maybe more than that. Oh, well, yeah, like 2 months, just shy of 2 months. So like January 20th till like this last Friday. And, is that X? Yeah. So there was no cap or limits of their pet fee. They typically charged $30 a day for the extent of your stay. So my company did work out a discount for that. However, it was still outrageous how much I had to pay. The discount that they worked out was $30 a day for the pet fee. I'm sorry, the discount that they worked out was $15 a day for the pet fee. The normal was $30 a day. So that worked out to be just over $800 for me to have my pet at the hotel with me. Which I think is outrageous. He stays in his crate. I take his crate with me everywhere we go. And so he's only like out in the room in the morning and at night when I'm there, to watch him. Yeah, I was just like, you do what? How much is this going to be? Because they didn't tell me when I checked in that, like, what the discount was. They just said, oh yeah, and they got you a discount. Okay, well, I was thinking, well, maybe they got it to where it was going to be a flat rate for, X. But, yeah. So, needless to say, if I had any plans for vacation, I don't anymore. And honestly, I didn't. My entire plan was to be available for Sirius if he had issues after his surgery, to make sure that he did not chew out his stitches. And I didn't want him to be cooped up in his cage the entire time while he was recovering from his surgery. I didn't think that was very fair to him, I guess. And plus, I'm sure he's going to have a cone, and I don't feel as though cones and cages are conducive to each other. So, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I was off and available. So, but the original plan was that I would take him over to my mom's Monday before I left to go out of town, because everywhere I work is out of town. So the original plan was for me to drop him off Monday when I left to go to work, And then she would have to deal with both her puppy and my puppy, taking them to the vet and picking them up and all that stuff. Sorry, I just bumped my stand there. So yeah, 39. So yeah, so that's kind of what's going on this week. Other than that, I do plan on hopefully finishing a quilt while he is at the vet. I actually have 2 quilts that I need to bind that I just have not really had time to work on with the puppy because, you know, one of them is a smaller quilt, so that wouldn't have been much of a problem really. But the other one is a larger quilt. It's a little bigger than twin size, and it would have hung over the table, and the puppy would have attacked it, you know, and all that stuff. And so I just haven't really found a time to work on it. So my plan was to, or is to, work on binding these 2 quilts while he is at the vet. That way I have several hours, because we'll drop him off. I think we drop him off at like 9 a.m. and then we have to pick him up like before 6. So I should have plenty of time to bind my, at least the larger one is my goal. I should be able to do both of them, but at least the larger one. And I might do some recording while I do that and show you guys my binding process. I haven't done a lot of quilt related videos simply because with traveling I actually don't have an actual place to live. This is my dad's house that I'm at currently. I don't have my own place because I'm gone 52 weeks a year, and I don't see the need to have an apartment or anything when I'm never there, and I can't be there to, you know, make sure that nothing gets damaged to, or, you know, all that fun stuff. Plus, why am I going to pay for a place that I'm like literally never at? So yeah, so I haven't had an apartment, because that's what I had before, was an apartment, for about 2 years now. And it's been interesting living out of a suitcase. It is kind of getting old. It's been over 2 years, and it's definitely, I am definitely ready for a different position. But you know, it is what it is. Until that happens, this is life. So with traveling so much, it's hard to do quilting stuff. I did actually finish the quilt that I'm going to be binding this week, in hotel rooms. So that did happen. And it is a 1-inch strip log cabin quilt that I did. I did have several pieces started before I started traveling, but it did take me probably a good year of traveling before I actually had it finished. And then I had it quilted It probably still is, but it was initially supposed to be a present for one of my nieces for her 16th birthday. And if I had bound it right after I got it back from having it quilted, I would have had no problem giving it to her for her birthday. However, life happened and that did not happen. So it has been sitting in its shopping bag that I got it back from the quilting shop since early September. Her birthday is in September, so she's, been 16 for a little bit now. But I will probably give it to her once I do have it finished. And like I said, all I really have to do is put the binding on it, and then it is ready to go. So yeah, there's that. But other than that, I don't really have plans for my vacation. Just pretty much try to catch up on some sleep, because not only did the hotel charge me an arm and a leg to have my pet there, but they had the most uncomfortable bed and pillows that I have ever slept on. And I was there for a long time, so it never got any better. I did not get a whole lot of sleep there. And then the puppy is on my work schedule. So Sirius is up every day at 5 a.m., regardless of what day it is. So that means that I'm up at 5 a.m., regardless of what day it is. So it's a good thing that I am usually an early bird. But every once in a while, it would be nice to sleep. I am, and this sounds horrible, I am kind of hoping that Wednesday he will let me sleep a little bit longer. I'm kind of hoping that he'll still be a little under the influence Wednesday morning, because his doctor appointment, same thing, I guess. His vet appointment is Tuesday, so I'm kind of hoping that he's still kind of under the influence Wednesday, so that I might be able to sleep in a little bit on Wednesday morning. But yeah, I don't really have too much else going on. Yeah, just vacation. Gonna probably try to do as little as possible over my vacation time. And then, yeah, but I do plan on doing a couple more videos. I do have some stuff coming in the mail that should be arriving throughout the week. So I will probably post some videos of unboxings. And I'm really thinking about doing some kind of video for when I'm looking at my quilt. Whether I just kind of do a Wip and Chat or actual how-to, I'm not really sure. I might do like kind of a half and half of a how to do quilt binding and like a Wip and Chat type thing. But yeah, I don't know. It depends, I guess, on what I really get to do that day. Because then there's always the curveball of my mom will want to go and do something while the puppies are not with us. So, thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed hearing about my puppy, Sirius Blackie. And if you did like this video, if you haven't yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified of whenever I put up videos, make sure that you hit that notification bell. and leave me a comment. If you have an opinion, let me know in the comments if you think that I should do a how-to binding for my quilt video, or just a chat. I can do either one. I'm just not sure what you guys would want to see, I guess. So if you have an opinion, go ahead and put that in the comments below. And I do thank you for watching this video and spending some time with me. But as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.